Yeah, so when some members of the family sort of see the writing on the wall and other members of the family can't see things so clearly, they don't have a desire to relocate, they don't have a desire to, bug out or get the hell out or whatever, however you want to sort of describe it, you're going to have conflicts. So there's some people who have a predisposition to seeing things afar off. To give you an example, I remember coming back from overseas. At the time I was doing some sort of consulting work with foreign governments in regards to different things, not really important, but we had information that there were economic problems brewing. And I remember going into Ainsley Bullion in Brisbane, and I was going in there to buy some gold and silver just to hedge my bets, and my brother was walking out of the gold buyers when I was walking in, and he said to me, "There's something wrong, isn't there?" I said, "Yep." And he goes, "I effing knew it." He goes, "I can feel it in my bones." Now, the reason why I tell you that story is purely just to give you a bit of an understanding that some people are going to get it, some people won't. And as I said, this is all the way back in 2011. So how do you actually get people on the same page? All I can say is it's going to be a bit of a process to have everybody on the same page and have everybody in agreement. It's difficult to do that at times, particularly when someone doesn't want to uproot everything, sell the house, sell everything and go into the great unknown. And that's a little bit scary, particularly for women who basically are focused on setting up a household, setting up the nest, looking after the children and making sure that the household is stable, whereas the fathers usually are pretty concerned about safety. They're aware of the surrounding threats. They have a different focus on things. And I think it's just the way that we're made. We're just different. So it's not good or bad. I know that my wife has sort of kept me on the straight and narrow, but there's other things where I have to put my foot down and say, you know, we're not going to do that, or we're going to do this, or whatever. So it's just a matter of trying to work that out amongst you. And even for older kids, there's actually kids that are in their teens, you have to communicate these things to them in a clear manner because they're part of the situation. I suppose the big takeaway from that is communication. You have to be able to communicate these things in a clear and concise manner. So you need to sit down and rationally write out what it is that you're concerned about, what issues that you see, what the effects of those issues will be, and just sort of game plan it, strategize it, so that you can clearly communicate what it is that you're concerned about. And then sit down with your significant other and tell them, hey, look, these are the things that I'm concerned about, this is what I see. And perhaps there is other people, for example, people that you know, or there might be other people that you respect online or something like that, or a blog that you respect, that you can point individuals to and sort of say, hey, look, have a look at or a read of this, and try and express or communicate your concerns to them using the voice of others, so it's not coming directly from you. Sometimes people don't respect those that are in their immediate family, and they listen to authorities that are outside of the family unit or their familiar sort of environment. So try and communicate those ideas or concepts and your concerns in a clear and calm and rational manner. Don't take it personally, because making these decisions and trying to bring people to an epiphany, you can't force that upon people. That has to come over time. That has to be something that they own themselves. You can't sort of put that on people and say, well, you've got to have this realization, because there are a few people who have made comments or asked, what do you suggest in this situation? Communication is always going to be the key, but the thing is, there's some people who have different focus, and there's some people who take a little bit longer to come to an epiphany than others. So, as I said, mothers or women in particular want to set up a comfortable nest where they can just sort of live and have a comfortable life. Fathers are about protecting and providing, and so they have a different focus. And I'm just using this as a generalization because typically what you're going to see is that's the way it plays out. The father's usually saying, hey, there's something majorly wrong here. We need to relocate. And how you're going to do that, where you're going to go, they're all plans that you need to make yourself. I certainly have tried and will continue to try to give people structures to think through, and using spreadsheets, for example, to basically put together all the information that they need in a logical, clear and concise manner. Go to overseas-exile.com and davelister.org and subscribe, because I will give you some spreadsheets or whatever and other information for you to go through and read about. And it's also, a lot of the content that I produce on YouTube is actually from blogs that I've written. This content that people can read through in a clear and concise manner. So I'm trying to help as many people as possible, and we are going through very difficult times. Things are changing really rapidly. The problem is that the more you want to know stuff, the more you want to understand things, the more you understand that there's big problems, the more you worry. So, look, try and remain calm. Try and communicate issues in a clear, concise and calm manner, and don't try and force the issue overnight. It could take people a couple of weeks or months, but during that time you could also be planning other things. You could be doing investigations as to where in the world you could relocate to, or how you're going to get there, what sort of jobs that you're looking at doing, or what sort of businesses you could develop as an income stream, or saving money during that time as a bit of a nest egg to allow you to relocate. So there are a lot of things that you can do in the meantime, so you don't have to be reactionary. You don't have to drop everything and run straight away. Look, in saying that, this has been going on for a good 10 years. So anyway, I hope that helps you. I just want you to be very calm and rational and very clear-headed, and sort of plan this out in a very strategic and effective way, so you're not going to make mistakes sometime in the near future. That'll cost you or make things difficult for you in the long run. Remember, there's other people that have gone ahead of you. There's a multitude of people that are relocating at the moment, because they too can see the writing on the wall. So just keep calm and rational. Anyway, don't lose heart. Keep active. I mean, as I said, while you're sort of slow walking your partner to an epiphany, to the understanding that you've had, you can certainly be making plans in the background strategizing, finding out where it is that you want to go and how you're going to get there, what's going to be required once you get there, and all that stuff takes time. So yeah, try and stay positive, and if you need anything or you want any specific information regarding locations or whatever, if I don't have the information, I'll go get it, but most of the stuff I already know. So you just ask me. Get onto Overseas Exiles Facebook group and join, and go from there. I did put on some specifications to join the group, and one of them's written. The reason why I did that, because I don't want to be spammed. I don't want robots on there sort of just signing up. So I have put on a couple of questions, 2 tick boxes and a written question, but that's purely just to try and safeguard the group from bots. Alright guys, so hope you're having a great day. Any sort of questions, or you want me to shoot any videos tackling any other topics, just let me know. So send me a message and I'll get onto it. Alright, thanks for watching.